on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Minshew. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Minshew. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And one of the linebackers has got it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Allen Robinson, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Colts set to take over here offensively. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing on second down now, Minshew. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And Minshew going to get him to the line quickly. Again, he'll drop the throw. And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first. And a throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr. Still on his feet. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They had a pick lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick six. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Boswell for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Well, the Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Minshew not coming off. They'll try and go for it.
They'll throw now on the final play.
And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
So we've hit halftime here, but obviously it's a very fast-moving first half of play. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
But one thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's time. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
Rudolph on first down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
That's caught inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Allen Robinson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession. To find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On second down, Minshew.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. Inside the 10.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
For the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
They run once more with Taylor.
And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a second straight play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Austin. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Rudolph going to look to throw it.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now they fake the jet sweep there and a run instead with Harris. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still second down.
Let's go.
They will throw it here with Rudolph. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
3rd and long, it's Rudolph.
Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there.
Rudolph. That went down the field for Freiermuth.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time is run out on this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA.